Our neighbor across the street has this really pretty bottle tray, and I get a kick out of her. She's the sweetest woman, and she said that the fun thing is she kept going to liquor stores and looking at the bottles rather than what was in them. And so every time I look at the bottle tray, I think of her going all along the rows in the liquor store looking for bottles that were particularly colorful, that would catch the light out here on her bottle tray. And she said, well, I got to try a lot of wines I might not have tried otherwise. But I get a kick out of it every time the sun hits these bottles, thinking of her picking up things in the liquor store because the bottle was pretty. Can't say that I blame her. And then we headed off to the pharmacy to pick up pills. They didn't have enough to fill the entire order for Ernie from earlier in the week, so back we went. And while Roger went inside to pick up the order, this caught my fancy. The feathery nature of this bush against the fluffy, bright blue of the sky caught my eye. It kind of reminded me sitting there because it was very noisy and very busy. It's the weekend, so all of the store parking lots are busy. That we can find these tiny moments just about anywhere if we're looking. Going to get our car washed. Remember what I told you about the windshield wipers and how they kind of like need regular change in here because of the sea air? Well, you wash your car more often too. She's cute.
Tony's daughter. Number 4.
Number 4? Let me give you your ticket. Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
So as I was saying, you wash your car more often here too because the salt in the air and the fog, and then if you pick it up off the roads after it's rained, it kind of eats away at your undercarriage. So we've gotten our car washed more often here since we moved down here. And we stopped at the grocery store. Did I say we went out to breakfast? But it's Saturday morning. We always go out to breakfast on Saturday morning. Roger was glad that that course I was taking that was Saturday mornings 3 in a row at church is over, so he can get his Saturday breakfast back. Then we stopped to get, not a real grocery shopping, just to pick up some odds and ends at the grocery store. And now we are getting gas. That's a sneaky way of getting Roger's picture, isn't it? He doesn't know. Maybe he'll pick his nose or something because he doesn't know he's on camera. Gas is only $1.59 here at the moment. I don't know what it is where you are, but it's certainly been, I don't know, a long time. Years and years since it's been that. I always have mixed feelings when it goes low because it's good because those people who really are counting pennies and it's cheaper, that's a good thing. And it also tends to mean that we maybe use more of it if it goes down low, you know? Yeah. Kind of torn between those two things. So Roger is wandering around the car with a paper towel. I can guess that's what it is out of his pocket. And he's touching up the spots that the guys didn't clean up just perfectly at the car wash. Although those guys do a good job. But he'll always find a drip or two that they didn't get with their towels. So he's tidying things up. It's kind of cold out there today. It's in the 30s, so pretty as it is, it's a little deceiving because it's a little cold and breezy. But it's still a good day. So this is specifically for Roe. We've been wanting to shoot this for you ever since you shared something on one of your videos. We found this by accident one day when we were just riding around. There's nothing particularly special about where we are. And you'll have to forgive me because I'm going to have to voice over this because the wind across that field was a little too much for my camera to handle. Couldn't talk over that wind. I was saying that ever since Rose shared the old cemetery that he found on one of his walks, we found this one day in one of our drives. it's actually rather close to our house, and I wanted to take him on a tour of what we found. This plot of land is actually for sale at this point. It's one of those fields that unfortunately will probably have a housing development on it soon. So I do wonder what's going to happen to the Bradys and the Bartons and the Williamses who are buried here. We're guessing that this is a family plot, probably the people who owned the farm that would have been here, from the looks of the headstones in the 1800s, and a lot of the same last names. I like a lot of these old cemeteries. The dates of death show that these people were not long lived. There are babies here, and there's a 5-year-old, and there is a woman and a headstone for an infant baby with no name, with the death date the same day, so we can assume that, bless her heart, she died in childbirth, and so did the baby. They run from the 1820s up to the 18, I think the newest one is 1868, so not really a long range of time. So I'm glad I decided to take some still pictures because the camera seemed to have, probably because it was really windy and my hands were shaking, because it was cold. I think I might have clicked the off button. And I took these still pictures because I thought I'll be able to see them more clearly when I get home for the markings on them. So I'm going to add in the still pictures here. And I do know that I have some friends that look at my videos who actually love old cemeteries and old markers. So you might enjoy seeing these. This stone fascinates me every time I see it. Mary Catherine's stone must have fallen back at some point and leaned against the tree, and the tree literally began growing around it. I really like the idea of a memorial that was made by man to honor her, but then Mama, as in Mama Nature, has been wrapping her arms around Mary Catherine's marker over the couple hundred years that have passed. So it really is a very beautiful, a very peaceful place. And we often mention that we wonder what's going to happen to it when they build fancy new McMansions all around it when the land it's on sells. And we also wonder, there's no old houses nearby, no old churches nearby, and you wonder what else was on the land that doesn't exist anymore, that goes back to the time of these markers. And then there's this one strange anomaly in the middle of it. Someone has put a solar light that appears to light up a plastic bird on a stick. So I don't know. That makes you think that there are still family members that might come to this place. The marker for it doesn't give credit to the family for preserving the space. It actually gives credit to a local community association, a housing development that's right down the road from here that has taken credit for preserving the site. But obviously someone cares enough to put a marker in a contemporary sense in the middle of it, but there's just something strange about that solar light in the midst of these gorgeous old tombstones. And then surrounding that today were these beautiful, beautiful contrasts of porcelain blue and bright white in the clouds. Very peaceful. So that might be it for the day. We're outside long enough that my face is windburnt. Feel kind of numb around the edges. Although I have to give Roger credit. He went back out and went for a golf cart ride. No, 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 no. I don't do that when it's in the 30s. However, the next couple of days are supposed to be sunny and they are supposed to be in the 60s. So I will do me some golf cart riding, especially tomorrow afternoon. Probably between when I get back from church and when the NASCAR race starts, we'll get out and about to. We noticed that we've seen a few more of our neighbors we don't see over the winter have come down this weekend. So just like the returning migration of the birds and the waterfowl in the area, there's the returning migration of our beloved neighbors that we do not see over the winter time. That might be just about it for today. I want to do some videos today. I want to do the last of the Magician for the Tarot Together series. Yeah, I really want to jump on that for selfish reasons, to make progress myself with some of my own studies. And I'm going to record, and probably won't upload until Monday or so, the next in the series for the YouTube Pagan Perspective. And that might be it for today. Who knows if that'll even make it to the video. It's going to my mood. If I go to record it, even if I end up deciding to record it today, I think I'm more drawn to work on the tarot videos. We'll see. I'm also experimenting with this video, so that's probably why I'm going to put it up early. So if anything exciting happens, yeah, sure. The rest of today, I can always tack it onto tomorrow's video. We've been looking at new video cameras, and got some good advice from various folks that I watch that have good quality to their videos. Roger really wants a nicer one. I have to admit, dumb being a little cheap on the subject and don't want to spend the money on one. However, I've never really played with the high definition setting on the camera that I have, because it's old enough that it actually had a choice of standard or high def when you record. Seems to me that I recorded in high def, I had problems with the upload to YouTube. So we'll see what happens. This video is going to be my experiment to see if I can get it to work. If I'm patient enough to try and figure it out, is really what it comes down to, doesn't it, this time? And see if I get a better quality video. Because the ones we're looking at, because I'm not going to spend more than $200 on a camera, really don't offer anything this one doesn't offer. There's no greater, for instance, the magnification is no greater. It's the same as this one will go. But I've been using the standard setting. So we'll see. Maybe I can create a higher quality version of myself. Yeah, sure. It'll probably just show all my bad skin and and all the imperfections of me that much more clearly. Ooh, that could be deep, because it could go beyond the physical to the energetic level too. I can see clearly now. I'm thinking of the song in the sense of myself. Where my brain goes sometimes. But anyway, more than likely I'll get frustrated with not being able to figure out how to get a high-def video to upload. I don't think the time it takes will bother me, because I can just let it upload and then forget about it until however many hours it takes to upload, because I know friends who work in high-def do take a long time to upload. But then again, we're not talking from a mobile device here. We're talking on my computer straight to the internet that way. We'll see. I seem to have some patience today, so maybe it's a good day to play with technical stuff, which is usually a mutter and curse session for me. Not my favorite thing. It's still, to me, a wonder that I ever figured out how to do a video and get it online. So I think I might play with... I've talked myself out of doing the YouTube Pagan Challenge video until a day or two down the road. But I'm curious now to download this, get it into my editor, and see what happens when I try and upload something in higher definition to YouTube. We'll see. I hope you're all having as peaceful a day as I'm having. It's a good one.